Hafsa, put on your camera.
Okay, mom.
All right. So, Hafsa, your camera is still off.
Just a minute, mom.
Hafsa, can you hear me? Please put on your camera. All right. So, children, in the last class, we studied this lesson, coordinate geometry, and we discussed various important topics on this lesson, and we also practiced a lot of questions, right? So, did you revise whatever we studied in the last class? Yeah, did you both revise?
Kind of like I looked through the text.
What about Abdullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what about the homework? Did you both complete your assignment? The assignment questions that I posted? Hafsa did not do. Why, Hafsa?
I forgot about it because then I have like exams tomorrow and on Monday, so I was doing
Because your exams are going on. Okay, no problem. And what about Abdullah?
Ma'am, I didn't see the homework.
See, children, like after every class, you have to go to the like the assignment portal and download your assignment and submit it back over there. Okay, because we have to discuss those assignments in the next class. So I gave you this
Yes,
question
ma'am.
number 9 as your assignment. Now, what does this question say? Please carefully look on the board. This reads that in the given figure, on the sides of the respective coordinates of point P and Q respectively are. So you just have to tell me what are the coordinates of P and Q. So Abdullah, tell me what are the coordinates of P. Look at the figure and tell me.
-2, comma 2.
-2 comma +2. Yes, very good. And what about? Just give me 1 minute, children. Okay, I'll be right back.
and the one for
Yes. What are the coordinates of Q?
mom, the coordinates of Q are 1 and -3.
So +1 and -3. So what is the correct option now? Amongst A, B, C, D, what is the correct option?
See?
C. C is -2 comma 2 and 1 comma minus. Yes, C is the correct option. All right. So now this was the homework question. See, now I have the exam portion for Abdullah. Abdullah, you have your maths exam on 9 June, right? And the lessons that are coming in your exam are coordinate geometry, linear equations, and number system.
Yes, ma'am.
So we've completed coordinate geometry. Next lesson that we'll do is linear equations. Hafsa, do you also have any exams scheduled ahead?
I have on 23 June, but then I have coordinate geometry, linear equations, Heron's formula, statistics, polynomials, lines and angles.
Okay, so you have all those lessons. So Hafsa, can you do one thing? Like, can you send your exam portion to the team after the class? Okay, please make sure that whatever exam portion is there.
We didn't exactly get the exam portion yet. We only got like the annual, like the entire all the chapters that we're going to do in this academic year. The teachers just told us verbally the chapters that are coming
Okay,
in
so
the
it was
exam.
like the teacher only told you all. Fine. So, see, linear equations will be coming for Hafsa as well. So we'll do one thing. We'll start with linear equations in today's class. Okay, now we've completed coordinate geometry. You start with linear equations. Fine, children.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so has anybody studied linear equations before? Has anybody studied this lesson before? Linear equations. Do you have any idea about this lesson?
I mean, I did study it in school, but I didn't understand it.
1 minute. And what about Abdullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Abdullah, have you studied this lesson before? Linear equations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you also studied. So now in this lesson, just give me a minute, children. Okay, I'll share the screen. So by the time we can just quickly discuss the basics of this lesson. Now, what are linear equations basically? See, now in lower classes, we used to study algebraic expressions, right? Now, this lesson is just related to that thing only. They are just algebraic expressions, just an expanded version. So now, firstly, you need to know what is the difference between an expression and an equation. So an expression is, if I write like 2x square plus 3y. So what is this? This is an expression. Okay, this is an algebraic expression. So what all things does it, how many terms does this expression have? How many terms are there?
4?
No, not 4.
There is
Yes,
4.
Abdullah, how
No,
many?
1.
2
There is 3
terms.
terms. 2
No, there
terms.
are just 2 terms. One of the term is 2x square and the other term is 3y. So now if you look at the terms carefully, what are the terms now? My terms are 2x square and 3y, right? So 2xy square is my first term and 3y is my second term. Now, how is 2x square formed? How do you come to this 2x square? You must have multiplied 2 with x and one more x, right? 2x square is equal to 2 into x. And similarly, how would you have got 3y? 3 into 1. That's how you'll get 3y, right? So now you must know these basic things, that what are the terms. Now what happens over here? X and y are variables. X and y are what? Variables. Okay. So what happens? Variables are basically those things whose value changes. Okay, it is changeable. And what is 2? 2 is the coefficient of x. 2 is coefficient of x. It is known as coefficient. And what is 3? 3 is also a coefficient. So 2 and 3 are coefficients. X and y are variables. Now what happens? Now see, if you look at these terms carefully, these have letters also with them. So that is why they are known as variable terms. If I write an expression like this, 2x square plus 3y plus 10. Okay, now what happens? So what are the terms? How many number of terms are here?
3?
How many number of terms are here?
3?
3. Abdullah, what about you? How many number of terms are
2.
there? 2.
3
Why 2,
only.
Abdullah?
2 only. 3.
Abdullah, put on your mic and speak.
2 or 3.
How many number of terms are there in this expression? What is my question?
How many terms?
Yeah, I told, like in this question, how many terms did I tell you?
We,
2. 2.
2 terms. So Abdullah, how many
There are
terms
two
are there in this one?
3.
3 terms. You're not focusing on the class.
No, I said 3 terms.
You said 2 terms previously. Okay, was it 3? No problem. So this, how many number of terms are there? 1, 2, and 3. So now you have 3 terms. Okay, what are these 3 terms? You have 2x square, then you have 3y, and then you have 2, 10. Now what happens? This 2x square and 3y, these are known as variable terms. What are they known as? Variable terms. And what is this 10 known as? 10 is known as a constant term. Now, why is this known as a constant term and the other are known as variables? Because 2x square and 3y have a variable in them. X is a variable, y is a variable, while 10 does not have a variable. Okay, the value of 10 cannot change. So, do you understand these basic meanings? What is the meaning of a variable, a constant, terms, and expression?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what happens? If you write an expression in such a way that it also includes an equal to sign. For example, I say 2x plus 3y is equals to 7. This is my expression now. It also has an equal to sign. So now this is known as a Lie equation. What is this known as? An equation. Do you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
So equation basically has an equal to sign. An equation has two parts. It has the left hand side. This is known as the LHS, and 7 is known as RHS. The right hand side of the equation and the left hand side. Right? So this is the meaning of an equation. An expression which also includes an equal to sign. So now in this lesson, I'll be sharing the screen with you. Just 1 minute. Okay, so children, is my screen visible? Is the PK visible? Children, please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay, so now in this lesson, the first thing that you come across is, see now this chapter is going to deal with linear equations in two variables. Now what is the difference with why are we writing two variables also? Just writing linear equations was fine. The reason is basically, now if you are having just one variable in your equation, for example, I have 3x plus 4x plus 5x. Now how many kinds of variables are here? Just one variable, right? So this is known as a linear equation in one variable. Okay, but if I have like 3x plus 4y, so how many kinds of variables are there? Two variables are there. X is there and y is there. So that is why this is known as in two variables. Right? So this lesson we are going to study the linear equations in two variables. Right?
but then doesn't the first one have x and the other letter as well? So how is that one variable?
The first one has x
And the variable beside m, that's also a
you're
variable.
talking about the coefficients like 3, 5, and 4. Are you talking about these terms 3, 4, and 5?
No, I'm talking about the letter beside them. So 3x plus 4x
Please speak
plus
a little loudly, Hafsat. Your voice is very low too.
basically doesn't the first one also count as one variable because two variables because it has two different variables in it?
Okay, what are the two different variables? Tell me. What are the two different variables? You have x, and besides x, what is the other variable?
Oh, the one beside 5 is an x as well.
That's 5x. This is 3x, 4x, and 5x. Abdullah, why is your camera off? Abdullah, are you there in the class? Abdullah, you're required to put on your camera all the times, okay? So this is just one variable, Hafsa. It has just one kind of variable. There is no other variable. So it's just one.
Yeah, the I thought x besides 5 was n or something.
No, that's x only, okay? Now, okay, one more thing. So I explained you what is the meaning of two variable. Now, what is the meaning of this linear? Why am I writing linear over here? Just writing an equation was also fine. Why am I writing linear? See, linear means when the highest degree of your variable is 1. Okay, like if I have an expression like this, if I write 3x square plus 4y, now what happens over here? What is the power of x? X has a power of 2 and y has a power of 1. Okay, so this is not counted as a linear equation. Now why? Because I want my power to be always 1 to be called as linear equation, right? If I want to say something is linear, that means the power of the variables should be always 1, right? It should not exceed 1. Is this thing clear?
Mom, no, I didn't understand that part.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so what I have is, can I write like 3x square plus 4x plus 5? Is this an equation?
No, it's not an equation.
Okay, no, expression. This is okay. I'll write is equals to 20. Is this now an equation?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me one thing. What are the powers of the variables? So what all variables are here? I have x, x. So is this one variable? Yes, this is one variable. Because I just have x. I don't have any other thing. Right, children? Now, what are the powers of the variable? Here, what is the power of the variable?
2.
2. My power is 2. And here, what is my power?
1.
1. Okay. Now, what happens? For any equation to be called as linear, the power should always be 1. For all the terms, the variable should have only one power. Right? Here, the power is 2. That becomes, is this linear? No, this term is not linear. This term is linear, but now my entire equation should be linear, right? All the terms should have a linear variable.
So
Do you
if it
understand?
has a power, it won't be a linear equation. Like if it has 2 or 3 as its power.
Yeah, so that's not linear.
Okay.
Okay, right, Abdullah? You both understand the meaning of linear and two variable?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, children, good. So now we move ahead. Now there is a certain way of expressing a linear equation in two variables. The generic form is the general formula. Ax plus by plus c gives you 0. This is your general formula to write a linear equation in two ways, right? Now here, what is Ax? For example, I have an equation 9x plus 5y plus 3 is equals to 0. So this is a linear equation in two variables in the general formula. Okay, right? This is the first term. Okay, represent the Ax. That means what is A now? A is the coefficient of x. What is A? Coefficient of x. So in this example, can you tell me what is the value for A? In this example, can you tell me what is the value for A?
9.
9. Exactly. Why? Because what is the coefficient of x? 9. So A is the coefficient of x. So in this equation, 9 is A. Now what is B? What does B mean? B means coefficient
5.
of y. So in
Y.
this example, my y value is equals to 5. Okay. So now what is C? C is your constant term, right? C is the constant. So what is C over here? C is 3. So this is the general formula of writing a linear equation in variables. Now we'll come to various questions where you just have to convert the given equation in the general form, right? Like this question says, write each of the following equations in the formula ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 and then indicate the values of a, b and c in each case. So what is the first one? 2x plus 3y is equals to 4.37. So first question is 4x, 2x plus 3y is equals to 4.37. See, now what was my general formula? All the terms should be on the left hand side only. Okay, so I will bring this term also on the left hand side. So now what does this become? 2x plus 3y minus 4.37. Okay, is equal to 0. You understand this? So this is how I am able to write it in the general formula. So we always represent a given equation in the general formula first. Now what are the values of A, B and C?
A is 2,
Okay.
B is 3, and C is 4.37.
No, C is minus 4.37. It has a minus sign also. We include the sign as well. Okay, remember this. Next is x minus 4 is equals to under root 3y. Okay, this is your equation. X minus 4 is equal to under root 3y. Okay. Now tell me that how do you represent it? And now Abdullah will tell me. Abdullah, you're not answering in the class.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Abdullah,
What
tell
the
me for
question?
this one. How do you represent it in the general formula?
General formula. X is equal to 1.
No, first you convert it in the general formula. What was the general formula?
Oh, 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 okay. So we will bring 3, we'll transpose root 3y into the other side. So it becomes x minus 4 minus root 3y. Then the a is equal to 1,
No, this is not
b is
the
equal
general
to,
formula till now. Our general formula was ax, then by, and then plus c. Here you have the constant term in between. That's wrong. So you have to rearrange it. Okay, you rearrange it to write x minus under root 3y, and then minus 4 is equals to 0. Now this is the general form.
Wait, ma'am, why can't you just write it like the first way though?
Speak again, Hafsa, and a little loudly, please.
Why can't you just write it the way it was first though?
No, because see,
Like,
we have a certain rule to write a linear equation. And what is that rule? First, you write the x term, then you write the y term, then you write the constant term. Okay. So here I have the x term, but then I have a constant term and then the y term. So this is wrong. The general formula is first the x term, then the y term, and then the constant term. Okay.
yes,
Now, what are the values of a, b, and c?
a will be 1,
Okay.
b will become root 3
Just root 3 or minus root 3?
minus root 3, and c will become minus 4.
This becomes minus 4. Very good. Now we have the next question. 4 is equals to 5x minus 3y. So this one, Hafsa, where done? 4 is 5x minus 3y. Yes. Hafsa, tell us this one.
okay, so it will be 4 minus 5x minus 3y is equal to 0. And then A is 4, B
No,
is
Hafsa,
5.
general form till now. You think so? The general form was first you write x, then y, then the constant term.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 5x minus 3y
No, it's not
minus 4
5x, it's minus 5x.
minus 5x minus 3y
Yeah.
minus 4
Is it minus 4?
plus 4.
Exactly, that's plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay.
And then A is 5x, B
No,
minus 5x, and
no, A
then
is just minus 5. X we don't include as A. See, what was A? I explained it. A is basically the coefficient of X. A means the coefficient of X. So the number that is attached with X is known as A. And the number that is attached with Y is known as B. Right?
Mhm. Okay, so
Here A is minus 5. What is B?
this B is 3, and then
Minus 3
-3, and then and then C is 4.
plus 4. Right.
Yes.
Let's come to the third one. You have 2x is equals to y. So this one, Abdullah, tell us 2x is equals to y. How do you represent it?
I'll answer.
Yes.
So like we will bring y on the other side. So then a will be equal to 2, b will
Tell
equal
me
to
what is the
minus 1.
equation, Abdullah.
Oh, we will transpose y on the other side.
So what does it become?
Minus y,
2x minus y is equal to 0. What
0.
is A?
So a is 2, b is minus 1, and c is 0.
Yeah, since we don't have a C over here, so C is 0. Right, children? So do you understand how to write these things? Now we have
Yes.
write each of the following as an equation in two variables. Okay, now how are you supposed to write x is equals to minus 5 as an equation in two variables? How will you write it? See, what is the value of x here? X
Value
is
of
equals to
x.
minus 5. Okay, first you do one thing. Now you have the x term. Now what is the general formula? First write it down. Ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Okay, now out of these you have this thing with you. You have c also. Do you have a y? No, you don't have y. So how will you write it in two variables? What you will do is you will first of all transpose this thing over here. So this becomes x plus 5 is equals to 0. Now I also want to add y. Now tell me one thing, children. When I multiply any number with 0, what do I get?
0.
I get a 0 only. So if I multiply y with 0, what do I get?
0.
0 only I'll get. So can I introduce a new term over here, 0y? Because 0y has no value. 0y means 0 only. But since the question was asking me to write it down in the format of a linear equation in two variables, so I can introduce a new term as well, which will be having no value. So my answer becomes x plus 0y plus 5 gives you 0. Okay, this is my answer now.
Why would you write 0 though if it's gonna have no power? Why can't you only write y?
Since he, okay, you want to write 1y.
No, like why can't I write only y instead of writing 0y? Because 0 is obviously gonna have no.
One thing, Hafsa, you have the equation x plus 5. Now you cannot add anything to it. You cannot add anything, write anything according to your own. That would disrupt your equation. For example, let's suppose you gave me an equation x plus 5 and you told me this is the equation that I've given. Now you don't have to change it. You just write it in two variables. So I don't have to change my equation. If I will write, okay, look here. If I will write x plus y plus 5 is equals to 0. Now, where did this y come from? Where did it come from? I cannot introduce it because now this leads to changing the equation. I don't wish to change my equation. I just want to write it in two variables without changing it. So, if I don't want to change it, my y should have no value, right? So, that is why I have written 0y and not just y.
Also, that it doesn't seem like you're introducing a new
Yes, Afsa,
thing.
speak again.
I got it. I got it.
You got it? And what about Abdullah?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
You're understanding, right? Okay, so now
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you have the term y is equal to 2, now you children will tell me if I have like this question y is equal to 2.
A is equal
I want to
will
write it
transpose
as
will
the general.
transpose
Yeah, so I have y minus 2 is equals to 0.
so A will be 1, B will be 0, and C will be minus 2.
Okay, Abdullah, what is A?
What?
What is the meaning of A?
A like Y,
No,
like
and what is the meaning of
the
B then?
B is like the next after it,
See, children,
the
I
next
feel
one.
that you are not able to understand the basic concepts. We'll revise again. Please look here again. To write any equation as to represent a linear equation in two variables, there is a convention. Okay, that means I have to write it in a particular way only. This is my, for example, this is the rule. So, and what is my rule? I have to write it in this type. Ax plus by plus c gives you 0. So, this is the general formula for writing any linear equation. Okay. Now, what is A over here? How many terms do I have first?
Um, two,
How many terms are there in this equation?
three,
3. Okay, I have 3 terms. I have Ax, I have By, and I have C. So now what is this Ax? Ax is my first term. What is my variable over here? X. And what is A? A is the number attached with X. That is known as coefficient of X. The number that is attached with X, that is known as the coefficient of X. Similarly, what is B? B is the number attached with Y, known as the coefficient of Y. What is C? C is the constant term. I'll give you one example. I have 10x plus 2y plus 5 is equals to 0. Now, what are the three terms? Abdullah, tell me what are the three terms in this equation? Yes, Abdullah, are you there?
Hello, can you
Yes,
hear me?
Abdullah, tell me what are the three terms?
Yes, 10x, 2y, and 5.
Okay, so I have 10x, I have 2y, and I have 5. Now tell me one thing. What is the number that is attached with x?
What?
What is the number
Can't
that
hear me.
am I not audible?
Yes, ma'am. Can't hear you before.
I guess you have some issue with the like the headphones that you're using because I see that you are struggling with my voice. Is it so?
Oh. No, ma'am. This my laptop speaker is not working.
Okay, so you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
It's increased what?
So I'm gonna tell me that what is the number that is attached with the x?
10.
10. So what is a value here? A is 10. So now you understand what is the
Yes.
meaning of a.
Yes, ma'am.
And now what is the meaning of b? B was the number attached to y. So what is b in this equation?
B. B is 2.
2. Exactly. And what is c?
C is 5.
Exactly. So now children, look at this question again. I have been given y is equal to 2. Now, is this two variable? First tell me, yes or no? Is it two variable or not? This
Yes,
equation.
ma'am.
yeah.
How two variable? Abdullah, what is the meaning of two variable?
I mean, this is one variable. Variable is like those like with not
The
constant
letters.
value. Yeah,
No, no, not the
letters.
constant value, the letters. So you have just one letter over here. You just have y. You to make it two variable, you also want to introduce which letter? X also you want to introduce?
X also. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So right now this is in one variable. Children, do you understand why is it in one variable right now? How do I make it in two variables? So I want to introduce x. Now tell me one thing. I cannot directly introduce x into it. Okay, because I want to change it. So what will I do? If I multiply x with 0, that gives me 0 value. So can I add 0x to it? Because that means adding 0. But in my written statement, it introduces x also. See, if I add, I just add 0x. So does this become a two variable now? Please tell
Yeah,
me,
it
children.
seems to
Yes,
be.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Uh,
A
So
will
this way
be
that, so
X.
now if I give you such questions, if I say like my question is x is equal to minus 10. Now I say you write it in two variables. So how will you write it? Which
Okay.
term
yeah,
is
We will
missing?
add.
First you tell me, which variable is missing?
We'll put. We'll put minus
yeah.
10 on the other side.
Okay, so you have x plus 10 is equals to 0.
Then we
Mom,
add 0 into
You are
0
can you
into
add?
X.
yes, Hafsa?
Can you add the y beside 10?
No, it should be in between because that was a general formula. If you remember, x, then y, then constant, right? I
No,
have
like
x, then
10
y, then
y.
constant.
It's plus
So
10
what will
y.
you do? What are you saying, Hafsa?
Like you could make it x plus 10 y, right?
No, you cannot do that. I told you that would change your equation. You don't want to change your equation. You want to introduce a term that does not change your equation. So there is only one way. You add the variable multiplied with 0. If you want to introduce x, you add 0x. If you want to introduce y, you add 0y. Shouldn't you get it? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have x plus 0y plus 10 gives you 0. Now is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so children, now if you
Yeah.
I give you a little bit questions on these things, can you? Okay, we have a few more. 2x is equals to 3 and 5y is equals to 2. So I have 2x is equals to 3. So Hafsa, tell me for this one more. Write it in two variables.
X plus 0y plus 3 is equal to 0.
Plus 3 or minus 3.
Minus
Yeah, very good.
is
And then I have 5y is equal to 2. Tell me, Abdullah.
5y by 2 will transpose 2 to the other side, so it becomes 5y minus 2, then 5y plus 0y minus 2, like that.
Okay, see, 5y plus 0y. Why would you add one more? You already have
And
one. So what will
0x,
you?
0x.
Yeah. Where should I add 0x, Abdullah? To right or to the left?
Right, I mean left, left.
Left. Very good. Fine. You understand it now?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so children, now we have, okay, now we come to the exercise question. Now, what does these exercise questions say? The first question reads, the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation at two variables to represent this statement. Okay, so you are purchasing a pencil and a pen, and what is it given to you? The cost is not given to you. I don't know what is the cost of pencil. I don't know what is the cost of the pen. But one thing is given to me, that cost of the, okay, it's not pencil, it's notebook. The cost of the notebook is twice the cost of the pen. That means if I purchase a pen of 10 rupees, so what is my notebook price?
20,
20 rupees. If I purchase a pen of 50 rupees, then what is my notebook price?
100.
Then,
100, exactly. So do you understand the statement?
Yeah.
Now,
yes,
to
ma'am.
represent it in two variables, what will you do? I don't know the cost of
So,
pen and I don't know
ma'am,
cost of, yeah,
x is equal to 2y.
very good.
So,
And what is X?
x plus x plus x is equal to 1 y, like y divided by 2, like into 2
Okay,
2y.
wait. See, you told me the correct thing, x is equals to 2y. But let's dive into it first. So why are we saying x is equals to 2y? I will consider let the cost of notebook be x rupees and cost of pen be y rupees. Okay. Now what is it given? Cost of notebook is twice the cost of pen. So I have the equation x is equals to 2y. Okay. Now how do I write it in general formula? Who will tell me the answer?
Um, x plus 2y is equal to 0.
No, Hafsa, that's x minus 2y is equals
X
to
minus 2 is 0.
5.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Easy question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at the second question. It says express the following linear equation in this formula and then indicate the values of A, B, C in each case. Now again, this is the same question you have to do that we've been discussing till now. So let's discuss one by one. So first, Abdullah, tell me the answer.
2x plus 3y equals to 9.35. That one.
So you have to represent it in general formula.
So it 9.35 will go to the other side.
Okay. And then
So it becomes minus. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 plus 3, and c is equal to minus 9.35.
exactly your answer becomes 2x plus 3y 2x plus 3y minus 9.35. Okay. And A is equals to 2, B is equals to plus 3, and C is equals to minus 9. Right? Hafsa, do you also understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So second question Hafsa will tell us x minus y by 5 minus 10 is 0.
A is x, and then B is 5y. Y 5?
No,
Y by 5.
it's 1 by 5.
Y
Okay,
by
it's
5.
1
Yeah.
by 5. Minus 1 by 5. And what is C?
Uh, C is minus 10.
Yes, good. Now the third one, Abdullah, tell us.
Mom, I didn't understand the second one
Third
though.
one.
You told the answer, Hafsa, but you didn't understand.
I didn't understand it.
Okay, no problem. So this is your question, x minus y by 5 minus 10 gives you 0, right? So do you see that this is already in the general format? You have x, then you have y, then you have c.
Yeah.
This is already in the general format. So you just have to tell me what is a, what is b, and what is c. So what is the
So
number
B,
attached with x? There is no number. That means 1. What is c? Minus 10. Now what is b? B is the number attached with y. So tell me one thing. See, if I write 5y, this means 5 is attached to y. If I write y by 5, that means 1 by 5 is attached to y.
oh, so it'll be, so B will be Y by 5.
No, not y. You not include y because b is the number attached with y. So you not include y. You just write minus 1 by 5.
Okay. So you want, like, yeah,
You understand it now?
yeah.
Okay. So we move ahead. Now, yeah, Abdullah, tell us the third one.
Third one is like 6 will go to the other side. It will become minus 6. So a is
Okay.
equal to minus 2, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to minus 6.
Very good. Hafsa, tell us the fourth one.
The fourth one will be A will be X, and then B will be 3Y
See,
minus
Hafsa,
3Y.
you are getting confused. You don't know still that what is A, what is B. A will not have X in it. A is
So
just the
A,
number attached with it.
so A is 1.
First, tell me the general formula.
Um, X minus 3Y is equal to 0.
Yeah. What is A, B, and C?
A is 1, and
Okay.
then B is 3, and there's no
Minus
C.
3,
Minus 3, and
X
there's no
minus
C.
3y equals to 0. So, A is 1, B is minus 3, C is 0.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, now
Mhm.
tell us the fifth one, Abdullah.
Fifth one is 2x is equal to minus 5 by y. So minus 5 by y will go to the other side. It will become plus 5 by y. So a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 0.
Okay, good. Hafsa, tell me the sixth one.
Sixth one, A is 3, B is 2, positive 2, and then 3, C is 0.
Abdullah, you think Hafsa is telling me the correct answer?
Uh, for the sixth one,
Yeah.
the
Don't
answer
know.
is
Yeah, Abdullah,
a
you
is
tell me
equal to
what's the
0.
answer.
A is equal to 0, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to 2.
Abdullah, now you are giving me a totally incorrect answer. How come A is 0 first time? Why is A 0?
Ma'am, there is no like two variables.
So, children, I think what I feel felt till now is you are not using logic. You are just trying to tell me any answer that ma'am is asking. I'll just say anything. Children, use the logic. Use just see at the question. Just try to think of the way that I've taught you. Just reconnect things and then answer. Okay, I do not wish that you answer me promptly and an incorrect answer. I want a correct answer. You can take time, but please answer me correctly. See, it's 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. First, tell me, is it in two variables or not?
It's not two variables.
Yeah, so first, what is my step to convert it into two variables? So, what was the thing I taught you?
Wait. So then it's gonna be A is gonna be 3, B is gonna be
No, first you
0,
tell
and
me the equation, Hafsa.
3x plus 0y minus 2.
No, why will now 2 become minus? Are you transposing 2?
No, so plus
No.
2.
Yeah, so it doesn't become minus, is equals to 0. Now tell me A, B, and C.
A is gonna be 3, B is gonna be 0, and C is gonna be 2.
Exactly. So, children, now you understand? Yeah, good. Abdullah, tell me the seventh one.
Seventh one is y minus 2 is equal to 0. So a is equal to 1.
Abdullah, what is A? What is the meaning of
A
A?
is 0, 0.
No, first you
A
tell
is
me now
like
the meaning. Don't give me answer. Tell me the meaning now.
a is the like a first variable. Ax
No,
plus
wrong.
by. Huh?
What is the meaning of A, B, and C?
A, B, C. These are the coefficients.
Now you've told me the correct answer. C is now the coefficient. C is the constant term. A and B are the coefficients. A is the coefficient of what?
A is the coefficient of x.
X, exactly. So do you see any X over here?
No.
No. So first you introduce an X. Okay? You introduce X to make it into variables and then you tell me the answer. So tell me what how you write it in two variables.
A is equal to 0.
Abdullah, first you write it in two variables. Don't tell me A, B, C.
Oh, okay. 0x plus
Yeah.
y minus 2.
Is equals to
0.
good. Now what is A now
So
by B and C?
A is 0, B is 1, and C is minus 2.
Exactly. Now, eighth one, Hafsa, tell us.
Um, so 2x minus 0y plus 5. So A will be 2,
Wait, Hafsa,
B
see, the
will,
answer is correct, but the signs that you're using are wrong. Why did you write minus 0y and plus 5 is equals to 0? What are these signs now? These signs doesn't make any sense. See, bring all, first you bring all the terms to one side. Okay. First we will bring all the terms to one side and then we'll introduce a new term. So tell me how do you bring the terms on the side? You write minus 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Is it fine?
mm,
I have just transposed this 2x over here. This becomes minus 2x plus 5 remains as it is, and then is equal. You understand this?
Yeah.
But this is not in two variables. I want to make it in two variables. So what will I do? I will add 0y. So let's just write it as minus 2x plus 0y plus 5 gives you 0. Now is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So children, this is how we'll solve these questions. Okay.
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 So is 2, D is 0, and C is 4.
Yes. A is minus 2, B is 0, and C is 5. Right. So is this all clear to you in today's class? Whatever we studied?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll just have a quick revision now, children. Look very carefully. I explained you what are linear equations in two variables. Now, the meaning of linear is when the power of your variable is 1. Okay, I'm writing just x. I'm writing just y. I'm not writing x square. I'm not writing y square, x cube, y. I'm not writing these things. I'm just writing x and just y. Right? That is known as linear. Now, two variables means you are having two kind of letters in your equation. X and y, A and B. You can also write P and Q. They are also variables. Okay, any letter with two different letters you have. They are known as linear equation in two variables. Now we study that what is the general format for writing a linear equation in two variables? It's ax plus by plus c. This is the general format of writing a linear equation in two variables. Okay, here what is the meaning of a? A is the coefficient of x. What is the meaning of b? Coefficient of y. And what is c? C is the constant term. Right? Then we study that how do you convert any given equation in this general formula. So we studied you bring all the terms on the left hand side and 0 on the right hand side, and then you write it accordingly, right? Then we studied what if your equation is in one variable, and then how do you convert it? So for the equations that are just in one variable, you add an extra term. Okay, like